Foshan, worker murders boss over $80 salary deduction. CCP investigates Foxconn, arrests foreign company employees, will trigger the chilling effect. Jilin city cracks down on the negative real estate to surpass the United States, stirring controversy. Tsingtao beer urine contaminated scandal sparks outrage among South Korean citizens. Mitsubishi Motors ends production in China, shifts focus to Renault electric cars. Trick to avoid control, China recruits backpackers smuggling chips for a one-time fee of 150,000 yuan. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Foshan, worker murders boss over $80 salary deduction. People in mainland China, particularly those at the bottom of the social and economic ladder, are grappling with increasing pressures to make ends meet, and homicides related to financial disputes are becoming all too common. On October 21st, a viral video on the internet depicts a crime scene in Zhangcha Street, Chongqing District, Foshan City. In the video, a man in his 20s who hailed from another region and worked at a local textile factory, stabbed his boss to death involving a 600 yuan deduction, about $82.05, from his salary. Eyewitnesses claimed that the boss pleaded for his life, offering to give the money back, but it was too late. After the crime, the perpetrator fled to the building's rooftop, and it's unclear whether he has been apprehended. Public security authorities attempted to debunk this rumor, stating that the incident resulted from a family dispute and warning against spreading false information. Local online communities started sharing rumors that the root cause of this tragedy was the boss's consistent and unfair deductions from his employees' hard-earned wages. The boss had a history of finding various reasons to withhold his workers' earnings. For example, taking a single unpaid day off resulted in a significant 60 yuan deduction. Being late once could lead to a 15 yuan deduction, and tardiness of over half an hour would cost half a day's wages. Additionally, he considered any losses in textile production as errors made by the workers and imposed fines on them. Before the tragic incident, the perpetrator had been involved in several disputes with the finance department and management, with the boss repeatedly insulting him. On the day of the incident, during the afternoon, another heated argument erupted between the assailant and the boss, tragically escalating into a violent attack. This incident resonated with many workers. Netizens lamented the difficulties of earning a living as a laborer, accused factory owners of being wealthy and uncompassionate, and other issues. CCP investigates Foxconn, arrests foreign company employees, will trigger the chilling effect. The investigation into Foxconn, the world's largest contract manufacturer, has come under the spotlight at a time when the CCP government is seeking to attract foreign investments to revive the declining economy. These actions have left the global community puzzled about the CCP's true intentions. As reported previously, on October 22, Chinese state media disclosed that the Tax Department and the Natural Resources Department are investigating Foxconn's tax compliance and land utilization. On the 23rd, Foxconn's parent company, Hanhai's Industrial Fulian Company, experienced a significant decline as its stock market opened, with the stock price dropping to 14.55 Chinese yuan, marking a decrease of over 10%. Foxconn has over 40 industrial parks in mainland China, and at its peak, it employed over 1 million workers. It comprises the world's largest manufacturing base for Apple's iPhone, along with other major production facilities for PCs, tablets, and more. Columnist Wang Yi explained, first and foremost, Foxconn's extensive investment presence in China means that even if they were to withdraw, it would be a protracted process. Some estimates indicate that even if Foxconn were to withdraw in another 10 years, they would still only be able to exit around 1/3 of their operations in China. So, if you intend to withdraw but cannot do so immediately, what can I do to exert pressure? He further explained, the CCP's principal objective in targeting Foxconn is to use this method as a means of intimidating Taiwanese business owners. Taiwanese business owners must declare their position, align with the CCP, and adhere to its United Front policy. They should closely observe my signals during Taiwan's general election. Terry Go's public announcement of his presidential candidacy is a major source of irritation for the CCP. The CCP aims to facilitate the consolidation of the Pan-Blue camp and subsequently defeat the Democratic Progressive Party. However, Terry Go's entry into the race immediately splits the votes within the Pan-Blue camp, causing interference with the CCP's Taiwan policy. It is known that Terry Go, the founder of Taiwan's Foxconn Group, is currently running as an independent candidate for the 2024 Taiwanese presidential election. Economic scholar Li Hengqing, who resides in the United States, underscored that despite Terry Go's extensive investments in China over many years, the CCP did not investigate him. Now, with the scrutiny of Foxconn, there will be a substantial backlash. This illustrates that the Chinese Communist Party is indeed a government without any regard for law and order. This practice reveals to the international community that China, under CCP rule, is essentially a nation devoid of the rule of law. They hold the rule of law within their grasp, like a piece of clay that can be molded and manipulated as they see fit. Mr. Li also said that the CCP's suppression of Foxconn serves as a warning to foreign investors, that all foreign investors that the Chinese Communist Party can crack down on you at any time. So now, many foreign investors, whether they are involved in the physical economy, trade, or investments, are beginning to withdraw their investments in large numbers. Mr. Li believes this move against Terry Go will accelerate the pace of foreign investors exiting China. In post-pandemic China, the economy is struggling and foreign investments are rapidly leaving. Foxconn has already relocated some of its production lines out of China. To regain the confidence of foreign investors, the CCP recently issued a series of documents claiming to improve the foreign investment environment and enhance efforts to attract foreign investments. However, at the same time, the CCP continues to crack down on foreign companies, recently arresting a senior executive and 2 former employees of WPP Group, one of the world's largest advertising companies, based in the UK. What do all these incidents reflect? According to Mr. Wang He, it indicates that the CCP currently prioritizes its economic well-being over everything else. It values maintaining its rule above all else. Is the economy meant to serve it? For the CCP, if it loses power, what use is the economy? Therefore, all CCP's policies are always tailored to serve its continued rule. He further emphasized that the CCP's actions can be seen as an attempt to learn from North Korea, a nation that has endured economic difficulties while maintaining a hereditary Kim family regime, which the CCP greatly admires. So, the current situation in China can be described as Hong Kong becoming more like the mainland resembling Xinjiang, and Xinjiang resembling North Korea. The entire political landscape of the CCP is heading towards a state of hysteria, where political security is the core and foremost consideration, with all other policies taking a back seat. Consequently, its Taiwan policy and its approach to Terry Go are also subservient to its political considerations. Therefore, the practice of the CCP is to lift a stone and hit oneself in the foot, making it collapse faster, making everyone see it more clearly, and abandoning it together. Jilin City cracks down on negative real estate market discourse, stirring controversy. As China's economy faces a downturn, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has turned its attention to curbing pessimistic discussions about the country's economic prospects. Recently, Jilin City issued a notice aimed at suppressing negative commentary on the real estate market, which has gained public attention. In more detail, the information provided in the notice titled Notice on Further Promoting Measures to Stimulate Real Estate Consumption in Jilin City includes provisions that focus on targeting real estate agents who use self-media to disseminate inappropriate comments that defame or undermine the real estate market. A Weibo influencer remarked, "This news represents a significant criticism of the real estate market. It suggests that the government is at a loss and resorts to silencing its people." It also highlights why investors are hesitant to venture beyond Shanhaiguan. When the government so blatantly disregards the rule of law, how can investors trust the existence of a fair business environment in the region? Someone even said that it's a worrying sign when differing voices are no longer tolerated by the CCP. However, the latest action is not surprising. The regime has also gradually strengthened their control over the internet in recent years, especially amid China's economic recession. In 2021, the Cyberspace Administration of China, CAC, announced a campaign aimed at cleansing commercial website platforms and self-media of financial content. The reasons behind this campaign were that the material disseminated by these financial accounts often included distorted interpretations of the party's financial policies and macroeconomic data, as well as pessimistic predictions regarding China's financial markets and the country's economic future. Furthermore, these accounts were identified as reposting or echoing overseas analyses and commentaries on trending topics within China's financial sector. Dr. Xie Tian, a distinguished professor at the Darla Moore School of Business at the University of South Carolina, has previously asserted that the CCP has consistently feared the exposure of its economic deceptions. Reports from self-media outlets based on authentic overseas data have the potential to shed light on China's economic downturn because politics and economics have historically been closely interconnected. Tsingtao beer urine contaminated scandal sparks outrage among South Korean citizens. The recent urination scandal involving Tsingtao beer, one of the leaders in the Chinese beer industry and widely exported, has not only sparked conversations among Chinese internet users but has also triggered significant reactions in South Korea. Holding a long-standing position as the first or second choice in South Korea's imported beer market and being a popular product, Tsingtao beer is now confronting a substantial boycott in this important market. On October 21, BK Company, the exclusive importer of Tsingtao beer in South Korea, confirmed with Tsingtao beer's headquarters that the domestically consumed and exported Tsingtao beers are produced separately, and that Tsingtao beers currently imported have no connection to the implicated factory. The video only pertains to the production of domestic beer. Despite this explanation by the South Korean importer, concerns and dissatisfaction among South Korean consumers continue to grow. Consumers expressed sentiments such as, "We've thrown out everything from the fridge. Are they taking us for fools when they say it's unrelated to the domestically consumed beer? It's better not to consume Chinese food." Some South Koreans commented, "China under Communist Party rule is not the China of Confucius, Du Fu, Li Bai, and Su Dongpa. It's a hell devoid of morals, etiquette, and shame." South Korean social activist and professor at Sungkyunkwan University, Seo Kyung-duk, posted on Facebook, saying that food safety issues in China have been a matter of dispute, not only in this incident but also in relation to kimchi. In 2021, a video from China showing a man using a rusty excavator to scoop out kimchi from a tank and staff members stirring the kimchi while naked caused a significant controversy. He called upon the South Korean government to thoroughly investigate Chinese food products that are imported as food safety is directly related to public health. This incident evoked strong reactions within South Korean society, particularly because a significant portion of the kimchi imported into South Korea originates from China. In the wake of the naked kimchi scandal, there was a notable reduction in the importation of Chinese-produced kimchi. The absence of moral boundaries has led to appalling food safety incidents in China. Back in 2008, the widespread distribution of infant formula contaminated with the hazardous chemical melamine in China resulted in the deaths of several infants and caused around 300,000 affected babies to develop cranial deformities, known as big-headed babies, and kidney stones. This eroded consumer trust in domestically produced infant formula in China, significantly damaging the entire consumer market for such products. In 2007, entirely synthetic eggs, manufactured using chemicals like sodium alginate, alum, and gelatin, infiltrated the Chinese market. Long-term consumption of these counterfeit eggs could lead to memory loss and dementia. The list of harmful counterfeit foods in China often includes rice, soy sauce, ham, tofu, shrimp, green tea, fruit, and more. Most recently, in June of this year, China witnessed a shocking food safety scandal in which rat meat was used instead of duck meat. A student from Nanchang Jiangxi Industrial Technical College stumbled upon foreign objects in their cafeteria meal, initially believing them to be a rat's head. After a heated disagreement with cafeteria staff, the school's officials maintained that the object was a duck neck. Nevertheless, a subsequent investigation at the provincial level ultimately verified that the foreign object was indeed the head of a rodent. Consequently, rat meat sold as duck meat became a viral topic across Chinese social media platforms. Li Yuanhua, a China expert and former associate professor of history education at Beijing Normal University, shared his views with the Epoch Times on October 23. He stated, "The urination scandal may appear to be an isolated case, but it underscores significant safety flaws within the production process. Food safety has been an enduring concern in China. The factory's explanation that the product is meant for domestic use and not for export is highly perplexing. Should a product intended for domestic consumption contain urine?" He believes that the reaction of South Koreans to the urination scandal suggests that it could serve as a catalyst, causing them to lose trust in products from China under CCP rule and, ultimately, erode their confidence in the CCP regime. Mitsubishi Motors ends production in China, shifts focus to Renault electric cars. Mitsubishi Motors announced on Tuesday, October 24, that it will cease car production in its Chinese joint venture and transfer its ownership stake to its Chinese partner, making it the latest foreign car manufacturer to scale back its operations in China. The Japanese automaker also stated that it will invest up to €200 million, approximately $214 million, in the new electric vehicle division of Renault, a French car manufacturer, to strengthen its presence in Europe and other markets. Mitsubishi Motors established the joint venture, GAC Mitsubishi, in China in 2012 with Guangzhou Automobile Group and Mitsubishi Corporation. Mitsubishi Motors will transfer its ownership stake in the joint venture to its Chinese partner, Mitsubishi Corporation. As a result, the joint venture will become a wholly owned subsidiary of Guangzhou Automobile Group. Due to this restructuring plan, Mitsubishi is expected to incur a loss of $162.4 million in the current fiscal year. However, the company has not changed its full-year profit forecast. As Mitsubishi Motors announces its withdrawal from China, the Chinese automotive market is in the midst of a price war. Previously, global automakers like Hyundai Motor and Stellantis NV have taken measures to restructure their operations to reduce costs. The European Union recently announced that it will initiate an anti-subsidy investigation into a large influx of low-priced Chinese electric vehicles into the European market. Trick to avoid control: China recruits backpackers smuggling chips for a one-time fee of 150,000 yuan. Recently, there has been a circulating announcement on the internet regarding the recruitment of individuals for smuggling chips in mainland China. This announcement, once released, immediately garnered the attention and discussion of the general public. The background to this situation is that the U.S. Department of Commerce and the Department of Homeland Security have recently stated that the United States is considering implementing new measures to restrict China's access to U.S. cloud technology. U.S. official Estevez aims to control AI chip technology due to concerns about its potential use in military logistics and electronic warfare. The U.S. plans to continue implementing new measures to control China's access to higher-level artificial intelligence, AI, chips to prevent the Chinese Communist Party from strengthening its military capabilities. To bypass U.S. restrictions, Beijing invested heavily in the chip industry for self-sufficiency, but faced R&D setbacks, leading some to resort to illegal smuggling. This unusual announcement raises questions. It starts by accusing the U.S. of hindering China's economic growth by stopping chip exports. It then suggests smuggling, though illegal, as a patriotic act, aligning it with national righteousness. It glamorizes the illegal, implying that if chips aren't sold, they will be stolen, akin to long-standing practices of Western intellectual property appropriation. Now, let's examine the execution of this so-called patriotic effort. The recruitment announcement for chip smugglers in China outlines their mission: travel to Thailand to bring back illegally transshipped chips from the U.S. Smugglers can carry around 10 kilograms of chips in each trip. Since smuggling remains illegal and can't occur openly, smugglers must navigate steep mountain roads at the Thai-Myanmar border and slog through marshy terrain before bringing the chips to mainland China. The announcement specifies compensation. Smugglers must prepay 80,000 yuan, approximately $10,936, when collecting cargo in Thailand and pay the balance on delivery in China. Each smuggling operation yields a 150,000 yuan, approximately $20,505 commission. The announcement assures that smugglers won't be involved in drug or other dangerous goods transport, vowing that only chips will be smuggled. Smugglers can verify this during pickup and refuse the delivery if other items are involved. While the authenticity of this recruitment notice can't be directly confirmed, high-priced sales of American-sanctioned chips are evident in China's 3C markets, indicating the existence of chip smuggling activities. Last year, as reported by the Financial Times, a significant increase in chip smuggling has been observed in China. Following the United States' imposition of export control measures on advanced chips to China, there has been a severe shortage of chips in the Chinese market. This shortage has led to a remarkable surge in chip prices, sometimes reaching up to 500 times their original value. The prospect of earning such substantial profits has ignited a strong desire for wealth among smugglers, greatly boosting their motivation for engaging in the risky business of chip smuggling. Analysts propose that the measures implemented by the United States could result in a distinct future for Chinese chips. Chip smuggling may become as prevalent as drug smuggling, especially in regions like Southeast Asia and South America. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.